Hey guys, this is AuspiciousAussie and welcome back to another episode of the New York Red Bulls series. In the previous episode, or the previous two episodes, we took on Toronto FC in the Eastern Conference semi-final first and second leg playoff games. We failed to make it through, which was really disappointing, but it was a positive just to have made it to the playoffs. I mean, it was the first playoffs I've made. And we were straight into the semi-final. We didn't have to do the wild card, so that was a good result. I mean, last season was pretty decent all round, of course, apart from getting further in the playoffs. But we've made quite a few changes to the squad, looking just to strengthen it. And I feel like I've accomplished that to an extent. And hopefully, once the team starts to blend a bit, hopefully we'll be stronger than we were last season. We'll have a look at the transfers now. I have brought in a few players. We'll do the out first. Michael Romero went to Chivas USA for 2 draft picks. He was never really going to play for me. It's quite poor, to be honest. Jeremy Marino went to Philadelphia Union for 1 draft pick. Again, another striker, way down in the pecking order. And then we had another striker, Emilio Di Giamarino, went to Montreal for 2 draft picks. Once again, never going to play for me, not good enough. We then let Godfrey Mputhi go. Always been a bit of a first team player. Came in every now and then as I rotated in with Javier Durkin. He went to Chicago for 1 draft pick. Kind of a bit sad to let him go. I kind of liked him. Didn't really like him when he first came to the club, but he started to play a little bit better, and his stats started to develop as well. Then I let one of my favourite players on this at New York go. I think I signed him in my first season. Nenny Okanastasi, went to Real Salt Lake for a permanent international slot and $250,000, and I'm really going to miss him. But Moa has absolutely turned into a beast. I'll show you his stats after I do this activity, the transfer activity, and he is just crazy now. The next player to leave the club was Eduardo Castro. He went to FC Edmonton, our feeder club, on loan for the season. As you can see, 18-year-old, pretty decent stats for a defensive midfielder, and hopefully he can get some game time there and develop a little bit better. With the players I brought in, I decided to let both the American left backs go. Peter Caldwell went to DC United for $250,000 plus 2 draft picks. And Ryan Servan went to Real Salt Lake for $190,000, and they're both pretty solid defensively. Caldwell was a bit slow, but he had a bit better attacking stats for a fullback, whereas Servan was a bit quicker and had lower attacking stats. But both were not really the ideal fullback that you want, good defensively and good going forward. Neither were that. So, moved them both on. I brought in a new defensive midfielder as well, so it was time for William Sampson to go. I tried to offer him out to clubs, but no clubs were interested. So when the squad registration came, I just left him out, and he was waived, and still doesn't have a club, so poor William Sampson. And the final player to go was Luke Lombardo, in the same boat as Sampson. Couldn't really find a place for him. Already had my 20 senior players in the squad, so he was waived as well. But Columbus picked him up in the waiver draft, so good for them. Hopefully it won't come back to bite me in the arse, but I mean, it always could, couldn't it? The players in, we brought in Fombam Tekendo, left back, Cameroonian left back. Needs a bit of work on his pace and whatnot, but he's really good, really attacking. Could definitely take corners as well. The draft this year was pretty disappointing, to be honest. brought in 3 players, I think. Maybe 4, not sure. We brought in Carlos Vasquez, central midfielder. Pretty decent, not really ever going to be first team though. We then brought in Matthew Lamare, right winger. Pretty decent himself, spent the season on the fringes, and then we'll see where he's at. We also brought in Kwani Moya, English right back. Of course, we need another right back, so I brought him in using a draft pick. I also brought in Fernando Connolly, with a draft. He didn't actually have a club. I then signed Sebastian Morales on a free transfer. Uruguayan left winger, will be back up to Durkin this season, hopefully get some game time. We then brought in Zlatan Petkovic, the Montenegrin centre back, pretty decent, pretty solid, good defensively, good jumping, strength and determination, pretty tall as well. We then brought in Marvison Gleek from Paysandu for $120,000. The only fee I paid, and as you can see, he's another left back, and he's definitely first team left back material. I mean, he will be this season. He's on high wages, $4,200 a week, and but I think he'll be worth it. 21, Brazilian left back. We also brought in another Brazilian in Clayton Fernando, defensive midfielder, back up to Yusefi, sorry. And he looks solid, could easily challenge Yusefi in maybe a season or 2 for the first team spot in defensive mid. And of course the final player I brought in was Eduardo Castro, who has gone out on loan, like I said, to FC Edmonton. The most recent fixtures now, guys, quite a few friendlies. Dinamo Moscow at home, 4-1 result. Mohamed Adel getting all 4 goals, and Alexander Kolderin getting 1 for Dinamo. We then versed our parent club, Vita Club, not sure, Red Bull Salzburg at home. As you can see, own goal by one of their players. Baltadano also got on the score sheet for us, and they missed a penalty to give us the 2-0 victory. We then faced another Russian team in Rubin at home. 3-2 victory, pretty decent results over these decent teams. Botello, Adel and Baltadano on the score sheet for us. Akamichin and Shogunov on the score sheet for Rubin. We then versed Antigua Barracuda away from home. And 1-4-1, Lewicki, Baltadano, Adel and Calderon getting the score sheet for us. And Dixon for Barracuda. We then versed Charleston Battery, and a 0-0 draw was played out. Their defence played really well, and pretty much just shut all of our attacks down. And the final preseason game was against the Atlanta Silverbacks. 1-0 victory. Greg Webb with the only goal in that one, and McDonald picking up a man-of-the-match performance. And of course that does leave us today with the live com, which will be against Colorado Rapids. The first game of the season. Looking forward to it. And hopefully we can, hopefully the team has gelled enough, I suppose, to give Colorado a right walloping in this first game of the season. Alright, well let's get into today's live com then. I might be being a bit too positive with the way I'm thinking I'm going to beat every team, but I really do feel that this is probably the strongest the team has ever looked. I mean, the amount of players that were chased after in the transfer window. I mean, essentially the whole first team was chased, and pretty much most of the subs. So, that must mean something. Alright, let's do this. Of course, they still do have Brek Shea. Well, Brek Shea is still in the league. Pretty sure he started off at Dallas. I remember playing with him on Football Manager 2011. I had a nice little FC Dallas save that lasted for a little bit. I think I might have talked about it in a previous episode somewhere. But yeah, the MLS was pretty buggy back on FM11, and I think it only lasted about 4 seasons or so, and then I just got fed up with not being able to get more international slots. as Dallas had a low amount. I'm pretty sure. I think they had about 6 or 7. But I did have a decent squad, and I think I managed to win the, what is it called, Supporters Shield. So I came first overall in the entire league. So that was pretty cool. Essentially, I made the North American Champions League. I think it was in my 3rd season. And then I just decided to play out the North American Champions League. And, no! Oh, yes, foul. Perfect. Thought we were going to go a goal down then, but Calderon, Jesus, fatigued like anything. And they are dominating us, which is not very good. We haven't had a highlight so far, and they've had a few, a couple. Oh, what? Get out of here. What type of a shot was that? That was insane. Well, we're 1-0 down. Not looking good so far, but that was a quality strike. I mean, that's not really good enough. If you have a corner, we should be doing a lot better than that. And Gleek has picked up a yellow. He's not playing very well, neither is Estrada. And Yusefi's fatigued like anything. I'm going to say unlucky. Hopefully we can just go out there and just score a goal at least. That'd be nice, and not concede again. That's got to be a foul. Yellow card? Nope. And Breckshay's injured, so that's a positive for us. And we're going to make a sub in a minute. Alright, we're going to bring Baltazano on. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to bring Perez on for Botello. And then we're going to bring Takendo on for Gleek. And that'll do us, I think. For now, we'll see in another 15 or so. McDonald, we're in possession now, so hopefully we can do something with this ball. Takendo gets his first touch. Durkin now. Durkin's now the vice captain. He's taken the thrown away from McDonald. And that was a poor cross by Takendo. And now Colorado are on the break. Anthony? I don't know. Now, that's cleared by Strata. Only as far as Walker. Hernandez, Cardozo, and he is smashed us. Former player, Paulo Cardozo. And he has come back to royally bite us in the arse with that second goal for Colorado there. It's not good enough. I'm going to make another 3rd and final sub now. We're just going to bring on... We're going to bring Yusefi off for Clayton Fernando. Give him 15 minutes in his debut. Not a great start to this season, is it, guys? I'm not going to apologise to my team because they are fairly new, and you really... Oh, what was that? What type of a throw-in was that? Threw it to the only Colorado player in the whole vicinity of the throw. Perez cross. Durkin, get in, Durkin. At least we got a goal, even if it is a consolation. What? Oh. We move up into first position even though we're losing. That's because we're playing first. And we've got a goal, so we're a little bit ahead of everybody, I guess. And 10 seconds left. Looks like it's going to be a 1-0 loss. 2-1 loss. And it's a foul by Perez. And that should be the end of the game. Yeah, there it is. Full time, guys. Suffered a 2-1 loss to Colorado in the first game of the season. I mean, it's not too bad because it's going to take the team a little bit longer to gel, I think. Of course, the tactics have reset again. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I brought in all these new players. It's kind of annoying, though. And hopefully in a month's time, by the next live comm, the team will have blended a bit more, like a bit together, and they'll be ready to start actually winning games. Takendo, Fernando, and Gleek make their debuts. We'll go into the next upcoming fixtures, guys. We've got Montreal Impact at home, Seattle away, New England at home, and I hope you guys join me back in the next episode, which will be episode 54 of the New York Red Bull series, where we will take on Chivas USA at the Home Depot Center. Guys, if you've enjoyed today's preseason video, give the video a like rating, add it to your favorites, leave a comment saying that, I don't know, saying anything. Mention your favorite football team that you follow. I mean, if you follow an MLS team, put them down. And yeah, guys, I've been Auspicious Aussie, and head over to my channel to subscribe to stay up to date with my latest content. And yeah, bye guys.